development and delivery framework more accurately. So then right after first sprint, the site was online. Means there weren't all the product, but she put like most important product over there. It was most sellable product. Okay, so at least one or two product, whatever were on the website, a user can go and buy it. Okay, so right after 2 week of first sprint, she got that. And in waterfall, you have to wait for 6 months to get that user experience and start making money, basically. So that's the main difference. And that's why the businesses, they are here to make money, and that's why they want to adopt the methodologies which are making them more money and faster. And time to market, that is very important. So we will discuss that further in our presentation.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
All right. So we we will be in this presentation will be focused on role of basically product owner. So this is the agile team. Agile team has a scrum master, development team that is consists of programmers, including testers, as well as developers or data analyst, anybody who is needed, and to develop that functionality. And if everybody can mute, that will be great.
Can you please increase the screen because I can't?
I will do that. I'm just starting. I'll do that. So if everybody will be able to mute, that'll be great. Okay. All right. So our focus for today will be just the product owner role. Okay. We will touch the other roles too, but the focus would be product owner. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. So everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That confirmation I need. So today we will go over Scrum roles. That's the first. Then we will focus on what product owner, who is the product owner, what product owner does, roles and responsibility of product owner, and then we will talk about Scrum events, the meetings that happen in a little more detail, similarly as they have described in that short video. And then we are gonna wrap up and question answer at the end. Okay. So course objective for today is basically everybody should be able to get a understanding that what is the role of a product owner, and how the product owner navigate to perform her job. Okay, so that is basically objective for today. So roles. So in an agile team, there are three roles basically. Okay, one role is a product owner, other role is scrum master, and then development team. These are the three roles. So that comprise the agile team. So the product owner mainly responsible for the whole product. Okay, she is responsible for giving the requirement and as well as accepting the work, checking the work quality, all that her responsibility. Okay, so in traditional environment, remember like stakeholders. So she is like he or she is the product owner is a one person who is the stakeholder. There is a and also have authority to accept the work. Okay, and then there is a scrum master. Scrum master basically owns the like scrum process. Okay, it uh, he or she is basically for smooth delivery of the software. Okay, how they will deliver their responsibility and work, that is a subject for another meeting. So scrum master, we will be discussing a little bit too. And then the development team. So development team comprises of all the technical folks that are needed to deliver that project. Traditionally there are programmer and testers, And if the organization are kind of a more advanced in their agility, then they have just the programmers, means everybody test, everybody code. This rule they have for their development team. So everybody test, everybody can code, so they are just call their development team members programmers. So the total team size 7 to 9 people. Okay, so depending upon the nature of the project or nature of the work or product they are working on. Okay, so the qualities of an agile team is they are self-organizing team and they are cross-functional means that, like, they have the cross-functional everybody when test can code, so they have the cross functionality. Okay, so this is like, as a standard, they should be self-organizing, they should be cross-functional. So then, product owner. So if you have worked in a traditional environment, so I will try to raise your foundation from there. So you might have been working with a business analyst, or working with who in fact then work with product stakeholders and gather and document all the requirement, and then give it to the you know solutioning and development and the testing team in a traditional environment. So there is kind of many people involved in that process, the BA and the stakeholders. Okay, simplified that basically whole requirement uh, delivery process basically. And there is only one person who is responsible for requirement. Okay, and who is the leader of the product, who share the vision with the team, and one voice from the business side. Okay, so the role of a BA in Scrum is integrated with the role of basically merged with the role of a product owner. Okay, so whatever in the traditional environment BA used to do, the product owner do all those tasks, not like exactly all tasks, but most of those tasks. His responsibility is to work with the stakeholders and understand what the product is, and then he or she will deliver the requirement in form of user stories to the Scrum team and guide them about any question about the product. Okay, and the only difference between like a BA role or product owner role is a little broader than the BA. Okay, why? Because he or she owns the product basically. Okay, owns the product means in terms of responsibilities. Okay, and therefore have authority, like in changing requirement or accepting the requirement, or reviewing the work. So there is a authority in the product owner role, but as in the BA don't have authority. BA don't put anything from their side. They just reflect. But uh, product owner is understanding the vision, and then basically leading that product development, helping the teams to develop that product. So owns that product backlog. And I use the word term product backlog. That is basically a document with list of user stories, list of requirements that BA creates. BA, no, not the BA, product owner creates. Okay, so there is a no BA in like Agile. Product owner does the BA job. Okay, so creating the user story, maintaining the backlog, that is the responsibility of the product owner. And then also one more responsibility, that is the setting up the priority. Means if let's step back and take the example of Mary's store. Okay, so if Mary has 10 user stories that she want to sell this product, she want to do this, so setting up the priority. So Rajesh, who was the product owner, will be speaking to Mary and any other business owners. Okay, and understanding what they are looking, and they product owner will be talking to them that, what are the like most important things for you. So all those like right question will be asking, and then accordingly creating that user stories. And for the team, it is the product owner who gonna set up the priority for the team. Okay, so product owner is a decision maker in that. Okay, and mm, he has authority to do that. For example, like, Mary said, like, the business priority from the business owner can be different than what the product owner set the priority. Okay, so if Mary said, like, I want to sell then in the first sprint, this product on online there. But when the product owner talks to the team, do that requirement like grooming meeting with them, and they tell, okay, we need to first set up the infrastructure. So if we have the infrastructure, or server setup, or whatever, the technical setup they need to do, then they can do anything else. Okay, then certainly that will be high priority. The top priority would be that, instead of what the business that priority. Okay, so it is the product owner who set up the priority for the team, for what they're gonna take. So empowered to make decision, definitely. And also member of agile team, that's very important. Okay, member of agile team means that he is available to the team whenever they need. Okay, he or she is attending all the meetings, daily stand-ups, daily in the morning, and also working with the team members, with the scrum master, with development team members, whenever they need, whenever they have any question. So he or she is available, product owner is available to them. So allocation wise, he's basically allocated to the team at least 50% usually in most of the organization. But this is important that he's a member of the team. So can give them feedback right away whenever they develop some functionality. So that is very important in that sense. Okay, then comes the scrum master. So I told you before, the scrum master is basically, we call it like servant leader. Okay, and his main job is to enact the values and practices of scrum. Make sure the framework values and practices are being adopted. So scrum master is an agile coach for his or her team. Okay, and the second, that is facilitating the events and processes. So all the events, scrum events, most of them, they are being facilitated by the scrum master. Either they are at a daily stand up, or uh, planning meeting, or demo meetings, or like retrospective, all those meetings are being facilitated by the scrum master. Then another important role that scrum master play is removing roadblocks. And what that removing roadblocks means that the team don't usually like communicate to the external resources until or unless like a scrum master is involved, and scrum master, if they need something from outside. Okay, so roadblock can be anything that is hindering the development on daily basis. Okay, so whenever any roadblock arise, scrum master job is to work with the team members, and to sort out the reason and remove that roadblock so the team can continue the development. Okay, and also scrum master job is to shield the team from any disturbance. Okay, and means that scrum master job is to protect the team from the product owner. Product owner, sometimes they can they have found out, sometime, like, hey, there is this very huge kind of priority, or uh, item came into like a display. So they start working on that too. And product owner job is to make the development team life miserable, in this sense, to get the work done as much as possible from the team, while the scrum master job is to basically protect the team from that, and help the team to commit to work which they can deliver. Okay. And so that, and also from any other external or internal disturbances that can hinder basically to get that development goal they have set for that particular iteration or sprint. Okay. And also, scrum master job is to track progress and work with the management. We call the scrum master a servant leader, because scrum master is not do not have any authority over the team. Okay. He's not a project manager. He's not like a reporting manager or any thing like that. He's a servant leader. He influence our without authority basically. So he adapt the value and principles of scrum and influence without authority. So the leadership style, we call it like the servant leadership style. Okay. When you facilitate and make the other people life easier, so they like, this is moral authority that scrum master have over the team. Okay. Definitely there are like, accountability of the team is also responsibility of the scrum master. If there is anything that is wrong with the team, to help to remove that, that is also a scrum master role. And I already told you the scrum master is kind of a coach, like agile coach for their team. Okay. So scrum master job is also to coach a product owner, okay, how to meet their objective, and also help the team to understand the like scrum process. Okay. And also make sure that team is cooperating with each other and they are working as a team. And definitely scrum master is a team member, and he owns all the like events, that is scrum event that is happening. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next. And next role is basically the team role. So the team is comprised of 3 to 9 cross-functional, self-organized people. Okay. Means ideally we there should be any segregation of these are developer, these are tester, or these are a particular trade. All would have the cross functionality. Okay. And self-organizing means that the team itself should be able to pick up the work and distribute amongst themselves. Okay. If they are there is a one piece of work, somebody can test, somebody can code, somebody can maybe like 3 team members can work on one item at the same time, so that it will be done like quickly. Okay. So that self organization, they should that should be present in the team. And one of the role of a scrum master also help the team to be self organized by coaching them. Okay. And definitely they have to share the response role with each other. If somebody is like developing, other can test with them. And also they should understand the commitment when they are self organized. So in agile, in the team is development team is basically empowered to pick up the work. Okay. The product owner give the vision, product vision, and the goals, that in this sprint this is the product and this is the business vision behind that the piece functionality. And the goal of for this sprint is to, I want this functionality to be delivered in this sprint. Okay. Then development team, they have to basically they break out, they get pick all the pieces, all the user story related to that sprint goal. And then they break the stories into tasks, and they self organize, and they basically plan their work. And with the help of the scrum master, they know their capacity. Okay. And as per their capacity, they would be able to kind of make commitment. Okay. So they should be able to understand how to commit the work, and what is the commitment meaning when they commit sprint, what that mean. They should understand that. Okay. And the product owner or the scrum master should help them to clear this, what the commitment mean. If they are committing to some goal for that particular sprint, they have to meet by end before the sprint. You cannot kind of take the work to next sprint and like that. So it's not like ideal. Okay. If that is happening, then there is a problem. Okay. So the team has authority to do whatever it takes to meet the team commitment. So that is basically empowerment of the team, that meet the goals, whatever the team committed for that particular iteration or sprint. The team has authority to do whatever it takes. Okay. So they respond. So they are being held responsible on that. Okay. So that is what the development team role look like. Okay, the video we already watched about the product owner role. And so this is another version of when so many teams can work together too. Okay. And we call it like a kind of a scalable method. Agile scalable method means like when we have one product but we don't have many scrum teams, like product owner, scrum master, and team member. We have 5-6 teams that are working together. Then we have to scale up the agile. Okay. So we will not be focusing on that, but it was just like one slide. All right. So now product owner role in detail. And most of the things we already covered, like member of the team, and definitely it's critical to success of the project. Okay. And a single conduit to for the agile team, a one point of contact about the user stories and requirement for the team. The key to communication from a business perspective. So product owner role is, any business perspective, the product owner have to know that and understand with respect to what the product they are she's like owning. Okay. And also working with the within like product management console. So if we so usually like in agile we have a product management console. Okay. Instead of stakeholder, there is a product management console. So product management console is like consists of like a product manager and other leadership, who then basically like and also business owners, they are part of that console too. So they talk about what the different product they are building. Okay. And then different product owners, they are also member of that bigger team. So and in most of the organization, this structure is either been already there or in process of being developed. But most of the organization, they are struggling with this product management console piece still, even the larger organization. Okay. They are very good in implementing scrum, and development wise, the development team and other team, they are very good at. But on the product owner or product side, they still need to be kind of set up that product management console. So there is a many reasons that why they don't have. But product management console is where the product owner go and understand what the product is. Okay. So understanding of the business vision and the product vision, that is where the product owner get that understanding. And then and also with the product management console, like so if there might be like 2-3 teams working on one product, and when they are working in 2-3, so they divide basically the functionality. The functionality A, B, C will be developed by team 1, and then D, E, F will be developed by the team 2, and then X, Y, team 3. Okay. So that way the team one product owner know that what is the scope of her part of the product. Okay. Now, few qualities of a product owner, like to be an effective product owner, the product owner should be proactively manage the stakeholders. Means that an effective product owner needs a thorough understanding of the customer needs, active stakeholder management, and a basic knowledge how the software is being developed and deployed. That thoroughly under that will happen by getting the thorough understanding what the customer need is, and the how product will satisfy those needs. Okay. So managing the basically expectation of the stakeholder, that is the responsibility of the product owner. The stakeholder cannot come directly to the team. There will always the product owner would be like the source of information for the team, and the team will only communicate to the product owner. So product owner job is to manage the stakeholder. Don't let them interfere what the team is doing. Okay. If they had anything to do, the product owner has to manage that the stakeholders. Okay. So you in the most traditional agile environment, product owner has like one product manager. Okay. Like I'm working as a product manager, so I have a 3 teams, so I have 3 product owners working with me. So I own couple of products. So I basically I have other stakeholders that tells me at a high level what they want, what enhancements they want, or anything, and I then communicate that to the product owner, and the product owner to their team. Like just similar. That is mostly like going on. Okay. So the other thing is like the product owner need to understand the like what thing is what item has what priority. Okay. So the business priority understanding, and then describing that, communicating those priority to the team, that is important. Because if the product owner is not prioritizing properly, okay, and sometime as a product owner you have to fight with the team, because the team always try to do what is very easier for them. Okay. So you don't have to always fall into their trap as a product owner. Yeah, if they are giving a logical reason, then you don't have to kind of insist on that. You can step back, but you have to be vigilant that uh, stick to the priority basically. Okay. If they are for example, there is a scenario that you want the team to build that functionality in that sprint. Okay. But some of the team member resources, they are very intrigued with some infrastructure or some other functionality, and they will say, they will make, okay, all right, so but we will, like, it will be easier to make this, and we can do that, make that, we have this already for this and that. So they will try to pin that. Okay. But if there is no logical reason, priority wise, then you have to enforce the priority. No, we can certainly, it's a good thing that you guys can do that, but as a business priority, I need this to be done first. Okay. And how you do that, you can ask the question, hey, is this like that, this functionality that I'm asking, do it has a dependency on anything else? Okay. If they will say yes, so what dependency, they will describe it. Okay. And if they have some kind of dependency to something, which maybe like some infrastructure dependency, like, yeah, we can develop the functionality, but until this functionality will not be active, you won't be able to use this functionality although it's developed. That is logical reason. Okay. Other than that, that only thing is like they can make it like in 2 days or something, but if it is not of high priority, then you have to let them like, hey, no, this is not. So this is the high priority. I want you guys to basically build that. Okay. So and then this is also a part of like an expressing the and also express the value added from the customer perspective, like so. And definitely working with the product management team, the product owner also work with the product manager to define and prioritize the team backlog, so that the solution effectively addresses program priorities. Okay, because when you're working in with the other teams, then definitely at there will be a team level priorities, then there will be a higher program level priorities and product level priorities. So you need to understand those priorities, so you have to prioritize your work accordingly to meet those priorities. Okay. So working with the product management, that is very important in that sense. Okay. So product owner responsible for the vision of the product. Typical, an important aspect of being product owner is to understand why we are building what we are building. Okay. It's less significant for product owner to understand how solution, that's not as significant than why.
Hey Mohammed, can we interrupt you with the questions or you want to take them at the last?
So yeah, in the last will be like because I have a kind of hard stop in the next 20-25 minutes. So end would be great, but if you will like if you have any question, if you note it down, so then we can discuss that in the end. That'll be great.
Sure.
Okay. Usually this like the product owner is a 2-day training. So what I'm trying to squeeze that 2 days into just like this little session. So definitely there are gonna be a few things that is being compromised. So but that is the scope of this 2 days session, to kind of give you a holistic view of a product owner role. Okay. All right. So let's get back to, so what is important aspect of for the product owner is to understand why we are building what we are building. Okay. And what is the important aspect for the development team to understand how they are building and what solution they are building. Okay. So for the product owner, it's less significant how they the solution they are building and how it will work. What would be that infrastructure, or all those, that's less important for the product owner. Okay. But why we are building, that's more critical to understand. So therefore, and why is the question that a product owner asked when uh, getting that vision from the product management team and other stakeholders. Product owner also must be able to explain the need, understand the vision, and speak on behalf of many individual. Yeah, that's just talked to you before, because there might be like 15 individual in traditional environment, or even in your product management console. So you would be able to like explain the need and on speak about on behalf of those individuals. And then another important thing is writing user stories. Okay. So requirements are written in form of user stories in like Agile. So product owner should be able to write user stories. Some of the companies still have like a BA, they call it Agile BA, who help product owners basically write the user stories. But with the more time, they are the companies are trying to convert the BA into product owner or product owner proxy roles. So writing the user story and user story. The people who have worked in the Agile environment, they know what is user story. User story is just like one liner requirement, in which uh, in user perspective, the requirement is explained like as a user what they want and why they want. So as a user, what they want has been explained in that one line statement. Okay. And that you writing that user story is the job of a product owner. Okay. And then the writing story from the this perspective not only allow the product owner to put themselves in the shoes of who the story is for, but it also allows the team to understand why they are doing what they are doing, right? So definitely the perspective is given by the user story, and when it is written in as like user perspective, so if you as a product owner uh, can think you by putting yourself in users shoes, it will be very easier for you to write and create those user stories. Okay. So now so understanding the user experience and considering it while you're writing user story, that is very helpful. Okay. Then there are certain pitfalls. There are certain pitfall for the product owner role. So not empowered to, if the product owner are not empowered to make a decision, okay, that means they are not like they just have a product owner proxy role, but they are not really like a product owner. Okay. So by like framework, the product owner should have the authority to make the decision what the team like decision for the team. And the other pitfall, like behavioral wise, like indecisive. If you are not know when to say no, then I mean that will be like another pitfall. And at certain time you might like for the team you look like kind of some like a kind of can I, if you guys are unmute, can you mute yourself please?
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So I was talking like sometimes you have to be strict. Okay, you have to say no to the team. Okay, if you won't say that, then it will be a pitfall. And when you're working in a team, it's like environment. It's kind of hard to say. You build a relationship like human to human relationship. It's like hard to say no, but you have to be when you're as a product owner, if you want to be a good product owner, you have to know when to say no. Okay. And stick to the priority. Okay. Your basically loyalties and lies towards the the product, because you own it, so you cannot compromise that. No matter like are they, if they are very friendly, or their friend, you're hanging out, you're having good time after work and all that, that's okay. But at at work, if that doesn't make sense to you to if there is some problem, and it's your job to do or communicate, you have to do that. So indecisive in terms of mostly this refers to in terms of priority, that you want to prioritize something, but they are putting some excuses, and you just like, okay, all right, they are no, not like that. If that logical, have certain dependency, and absolutely they cannot work on that item, then that's okay. Then you can step back and have let them first work dependency. Okay. But if there is not such situation, then you have to be strict. Okay, I want this, and that's like it's your job. Then product scrum master down there, definitely like a facilitator. If any conflict comes, then scrum master work with his with the development team and with the product owner to resolve it. But that is indecisiveness, that is very kind of you know a bad characteristic in a product owner role. Then another is like lack of transparency and collaborative relationship with the stakeholders. Whatever your team is building, if they are not able to make you cannot hide it. You should, like, communicate to the stakeholder, hey, although our team, you cannot, because if you will do, your job is not to protect the team. Okay, that is the job of scrum master. So your job is to be transparent. Whatever the team has built and whatever they haven't built, there you have to communicate with the stakeholders accordingly. Total transparency. So if you don't, sometime for example, like, the team is like a little struggling and it's like looking bad on the team, they are kind of putting the, every sprint they have some work left and taking to the next sprint, and similarly, like, the going on, and other teams, they are very good, they don't have work, and so you don't have to protect the team or hide anything. You have to be transparent. Okay, all right, this is going on, the team is like getting, because then job of scrum master to help the team to do the work within the sprint, and do the scrum that iteration objectives. Okay, so definitely that is very important, and especially to the stakeholders. And other, product owner should be accessible to the team whenever they need. If the product owner is not accessible, that is a kind of a pitfall in the role. If the product owner has like usually two three, like the teams, one product can be, product owner can be assigned, but in some cases, if they are assigned to 7 teams, then they won't be able to kind of make time for every team. Okay, so that's not good. So product owner should take like kind of 2 to 3 team assignment at a time. Otherwise, if it is a more, so depending upon the nature of work, if can basically like have to talk to whoever the product management or the other team members or other team leadership is, to communicate, hey, this is what's going on. Okay, so the rule is, product owner should be accessible to the team whenever they need. Okay, so if the product owner doesn't collaborate with the product management, that there is a problem then too. So that is not good. So these are the pitfalls you need to avoid as being product owner. Okay, so product owner, the customer role, define user story, prioritize user story to business values, according to business values, accept the user stories as work is being done, one voice for the product, one point of contact, share the vision with the development team, that what is the business vision, and decide release content, like when to release the content for that is usually decided by the product owner on behalf of his or her team. Okay, so stakeholder role, the product owner is typically a product key stakeholder who understand the market, the customer, and the business in order to make sound decision. So product owner has a stakeholder role integrated in him or her too. Proactive stakeholder management role. So you have to kind of proactively in contact with the stakeholders. Okay, so that you will meet their expectations. Okay, so important, this is very important, especially in a larger organization. Stakeholder includes internal stakeholders such as solution support and services. Anybody, depend on the nature of the product that you're working. The stakeholder can be anybody, both internal or external. Okay, so you have to know your stakeholders and be in active contact with them, understand their expectation, and then manage their expectation to proactively in a proactive fashion, so they would be satisfied what they want and what you're doing. Product owner and their relationships. So work, product owner role, work closely with scrum master, development team, stakeholder, product management, we already spoke. Key partner at the team level. So the product owner and the Scrum team, they are the key partner. Uh, so product owner collaborate with Scrum Master to manage the team backlog, build a strong working relationship with the Scrum Master based upon honesty and truth, okay, and transparency. Support the team and foster an environment of conducive success. So you don't have to be asshole all the time, means like kind of strict all the time, okay. So if there is something the team has, it's making sense, so you have to back out too, you have to support the team, so that they will like feel conducive, they won't resources won't burn out, or they don't lose interest in the work. So don't like push the team too much that they will, okay, all right, we're leaving, we cannot work anymore. So don't go to that point. That's what it is like entailing, underlying. Support the Scrum Master and his or her effort to empower the team. So definitely, how you do that, how you support the team, usually through Scrum Master, okay. Because you help the Scrum Master to establish basically their like moral authority, okay. The product owner and the agile team communicates the product, so this is basically the same thing that what the product owner do for the team. We talked before that too. This the with the stakeholders, the product owner work closely with the stakeholders to basically understand their need and vision, so that he or she can effectively communicate. Same to the agile team, refine that team backlog with the stakeholder when within a product working within a program. So yeah, so that's like a taking demo from the team, accepting the work, doing the user acceptance testing, all that stuff. So product owner, these like, yeah, so this is a kind of a difference in a product manager and product owner role, okay. And sometimes you might have to play both roles. So product owner is it's like solution and technology facing, while the product manager is more kind of customer facing, okay. So product owner kind of more customer facing, and a BA can be a product manager too, okay. A BA who has a business side experience, working mostly with the business side, they can be a good product manager in that sense. So own vision, roadmap, pricing, program backlog, that is the product manager. Drive program increment, like at the program level, when you are working with the multiple like agile teams, to help them to deliver that, so at the program level. So while the product owner is at the team level, okay. Means in if the product has like 10 functionalities, and there are three teams working and they are doing 3 3 4. So as a product owner, you will be only doing 3 or 4 functionalities, while the product manager would be like taking care, or basically supervising the all 10 functionalities, okay. So yeah, then again, kind of repetitive, like yeah, I'm a product owner and I'm responsible for maximizing the value of a product and prioritizing the team. Okay. All right. So agility begins with the product owner. Definitely, product owner role is very important. They need to understand the agility. Okay. They should be accessible to the agile team. They should be assertive. Their attitude, they will have an attitude of empowerment. Okay, and transparency and collaborative behavior, and they definitely communicative and social. That is a very a good like a characteristic to be a good scrum master. And definitely decisive and enthusiastic, facilitative, flexible, quick learner. So all these are different attribute of a product owner role. Okay, so now we will go to team backlog. Okay, just so we will go to the meetings. So there are in that little video you guys saw that there there are meetings that happen within sprint, within iteration. Okay, and there are meetings that happen outside the iteration, means like even we haven't started the sprint, but these meetings are happening. Okay, and those meetings are mostly like a release planning meeting, where basically the whole release is being planned, that is outside of the sprint. Okay, and another meeting that is outside of a sprint event, that is a team backlog refinement. Okay, so product owner write the backlog, then the backlog is discussed with the development team, and that meeting, when they describe their user stories to the team and tell them what the user stories mean, and what the expectation, what is the acceptance criteria, all that stuff, that happens in the refinement team backlog refinement meeting. Okay, and then release planning is usually, and it is ongoing activity, means like when the team start basically their sprint, they should have 2 to 3 worth sprint of work already basically refined. Okay, and then every sprint there are like 2 to 4 hours refinement sessions, refinement meetings, where you keep basically extending the backlog. Okay, and then release planning is as needed, it's also not part of the within the sprint meeting. Then there are 4 meetings that are basically happens in that iteration, that sprint. Okay, that 2 weeks. So if the team is doing 2 week sprint, that means logically there is a 10 days, so day 1 to day 10. Okay, that is a one iteration, one sprint. Okay, and iteration basically, it is a time box, means it is like from day 1 to day 10. Okay, so that is basically sprint or iteration. So on day 1, the team they do the sprint planning, day 1 of sprint. Okay, and then daily stand up is daily from day 1 to 10, or day 2 to 10 basically. And then sprint review. So sprint review is a kind of final meeting when the team basically demo whatever they have developed within that sprint. So there is, but there is also kind of demo meetings where team members present work to the product owner. Whenever they finish a user story, they should ask the product owner, meet the product owner, and show what they have developed and how they are working. And then product owner basically should be able to like do the user acceptance testing on that particular user story. Okay, and then the retrospective is usually at the end of a sprint. Okay, where team basically inspect and adopt that went well and what didn't went well. Okay, so that the team will have some improvement points where they can improve. Okay, all right, and so this is just like a slide which prioritization, product owner, and the collaboration with the team, and sizing. This is what happening in the backlog refinement. The product owner explain the user story. If the team has any question about it, help them understand the business vision and also prioritize. So in business vision and all that comes under collaboration. Okay, and then team sizes the user story. So there is a sizing criteria. The team use Fibonacci sequence or t-shirt sizing, like if it is uh, effort is like small size or medium or large, based on effort and how much the team know about that. So, and based on knowledge, effort and complexity, usually we say the team sizes the user story, and that is a basically not quantitative, it is a qualitative sizing. Okay, so then definitely prioritizing that user story or that work that is also being done in the refinement. Okay, so release planning meeting, team commit to what they can deliver during one release. For example, like we have 3 functionalities that is going out in quarterly release, so we have to finish that before that. So that's usually like a main plan. Then sprint planning did happen on the first day of sprint. So if you will focus on this slide, so what happens, you know scrum master starts the meeting. Okay, product owner went over the backlog that and give the team the basically sprint goal, that in this sprint, in these 10 days, I want the team should give me this functionality. Okay, then team do a breakout session. They pick up all the user stories and break them down into tasks, and then they check their capacity. Scrum master check their capacity, that what they can deliver and what they cannot. If the ask is within the capacity of the team, then team commits to what to that sprint goal. If the ask is not within the capacity, so whatever in the within the capacity, team negotiate with the product owner. Okay, scrum master facilitate that. Team tells that, hey, we can do that, but we will not be able to like do this part of functionality because we don't have capacity, or because of this reason. So if there is any so after the negotiation, what would be the agreed upon, the scrum the product owner has to basically give that go ahead, and or accept that basically their what they can they are taking up. Okay, so accordingly product owner has to basically adjust on his or her side. Because when I'm a product owner, I'm looking like I have 3 sprint left and 3 functionalities, I just want to get those done in those 3. But if I see that the team is like delivering half functionality in one sprint, then I need to kind of on my side basically see that what can be done. And my goal would be kind of get it done from the team, and see push the work basically. But if there is anything comes up, then definitely as being transparent, you have to basically inform the your stakeholders that, hey, we cannot do that. And what and other question, when you are informing the stakeholder, going back, you need to know like why they cannot deliver, and also what are the alternate. Okay, for example, there the team may, hey, we don't have a data analyst in our team, so we won't be able to like do this part. Okay, all right, so that problem, when you will like then the leadership, hey, they will like somebody will help that hey, I have a data analyst in my team, either team, they can work partially for this to help you out. So that will like happen. But that resolution mostly scrum master involved, but you have to be transparent in that. Okay, daily stand up, it has been kind of scrum master facilitate that, and ask 3 questions to the team, that what they have done yesterday, what they will be focusing on today, and if there is any roadblock. So simply 15 minute meeting usually or less. So the rule is that it should not be more than 15 minutes. Okay, and other is like it should not be like today it's like at 8 o'clock, tomorrow it's like 8:30, and day after tomorrow it's like 9 o'clock. No, not like that. There should be a fixed time. If it is 8, it's gonna go 8. Okay, and the stakeholder are invited to observe but not to participate. So as a product owner, you can invite stakeholder and other people, but if you are inviting, then make sure they will not be participating in that meeting, or they can just sit back and observe. Okay, only the team members, they can participate, and Scrum Master and you. Okay, you are the Agile team member, so you guys can participate, but other will not. Okay, so product owner objective for that meeting is to listen the progress being made towards reaching the goal of that sprint, and answer any question that development team have with respect to any requirement. And externally, you keep communicating the status, like how things are going. Okay, and then next, like the sprint review. Sprint review is a basically where the team demonstrate the finished product to the product owner, and product owner can invite customers too. And in that meeting, after this, like product owner accept or reject the user stories. So as being product owner, you will accept the work if it is according to the acceptance criteria, and if there is anything that is not like you can bring it up and you can reject the work. And main, you need to reprioritize the team backlog or something that can happen, and incorporate the business feedback. So whatever the business feedback you have, you can incorporate it in a subsequent sprint. And retrospective is last meeting for the team. And retrospective event should be held at a minimum at the end of every sprint. And the retrospective basically helps the team examine what went right and what areas they can be improved. As a member of Scrum team, the product owner attends the event and provides feedback, inputs, and feedback based upon observation during the sprint. Okay, so if you are as a product owner participating, then you can provide feedback, upon your observation to the team. But mostly it is for the team, that team members, development team members, they bring up the things that, hey, if this thing wouldn't happen, we probably have finished it before, or anything there, any concern or any issue. It's kind of open safe place for them to speak out. And sometime product owner are not invited in that meeting. uh, if it is like some product owner, so that decision is made by the Scrum Master. Okay, so if the product owner is interrupting and all that, then product owner, because this is meeting is for the team, so they have some improvement goal, so your role should kind of just help them out, and kind of don't make it your meeting, or your priority meeting. Okay, so then requirements, uh, like being written in form of user stories. So I see we are already like up to the time, so I will basically like ask you guys to, if you guys have any question, we can discuss that. So this is for today basically. So what's the product owner role and how they perform their role? So
Yes, I wrote a question to the chat.
sorry, I didn't catch that. What you said?
I wrote a question to the chat.
Okay, so you wrote the question. Okay, all right. Let me check that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So your question, is it about the Kanban team?
Yes, because we usually talking about a Scrum team, stand-up, retrospective, and sprint. But what if we talking about a Kanban team?
Exactly. So that's very important. So Kanban is like another framework, agile framework. Okay, like Scrum. The only difference is in Kanban we have a WIP limit, work in progress limit. Means that all the user stories they can be in the backlog, but what the team is like picking up, there is a work in progress limit that will be limited. Like the team can pick up 3 user story at a time. They will finish and then they will pick up the next one. Okay, so
When do you organize a demo, for example?
Right. So again, the demo is organized whenever the story is complete. Whenever the story is complete, as per the acceptance criteria, the team, or whoever is like scrum master, if it is like there is somebody scrum master or in that role, should motivate the team member that, hey, whenever you have finished the work, talk to the product owner, give the demo. Okay, because if there are like 5 user story they are working, and one user story like a couple of people have already completed, so those 2 people with the product owner, they can do a quick demo. Okay, so that the product owner can give them the feedback. Okay.
And
Is it what?
how can you make a release plan? Because if you have a sprint, for example, your team, every sprint will carry 20 points, for example. But in the Kanban, how can you make a release plan, for example? How can you? So what is the difference between the planning and generally?
So again, the Kanban is a different framework. Right now, we have only focusing on the Scrum framework. So that is definitely like different rules for the Kanban. So
Hmm?
just like the sprint framework, it has like a certain set of rules and practices. Kanban has a certain set of rules and practices. Scaled agile has a certain rules and respective. Waterfall has its own rule and basically practices. So likewise, it's like you cannot basically enforce the rule of Scrum over the Kanban, or Kanban in the Scrum. Yeah, you can make some of the kind of joins where they are similar, but they have a, I mean, no, as this meeting is like specifically for the Scrum and within the Scrum framework, so I will not be going in detail of the Kanban. But for the one thing that is important, that whenever the story is like ready, the team member can set up a time and demo with the team. And as far as there is no kind of recommended in like planning in the Kanban, like we have in Scrum. Okay, so they have a kind of a certain other set of criteria for that. Okay, make sense?
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else has any question, or they can, or you guys can discuss your company scenario, or you can what's going on, and do you think that their role is, you can feel free to ask any question. Okay, so last chance of asking question. Okay, all right. It was nice talking to you guys, and hopefully you got some of the idea. So usually it's like a 2 day training for the product owner role, and if you got some idea, then that is the success criteria for me. So thank you very much. I enjoyed meeting with you guys, and also this meeting was from Agile Institute, and we have Abiha over here, that is they sponsored this meeting. So he's from Agile Institute, and anybody who's interested in getting certification, so they provide certification for like product owner role. And what we have discussed today, yeah, that is kind of enough knowledge, if you will, like kind of have been attentive to pass that certification. So good luck everybody. If anybody interested, they can. And yeah, have a good day and a good weekend.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody wants to contact with me? I am providing my Gmail. You can contact with email. Okay.
Abiha, can we get the recording of the session? Hello? I can't hear you.